This podcast is part of the RED5 Network. For more RED5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Press Play Streaming Studios. My name is Alan. Tonight, we're talking movie chat. We've got a really fun show for you tonight. We've got a bunch of guests. It's going to be a panel-type discussion, and we're discussing Marvel. Essentially, what's happening right now, which is what if and what's coming down the pike. So without any delay whatsoever, I want to go ahead and start bringing some people into the room. You have all seen this young lady before. She's decided to change her name tonight for some unknown reason. It is General Shinobi. How are you, young lady?
Hello, I'm good. I'm a little hyper, so we're gonna have fun tonight.
Okay, so you know, you really just disappointed me, right?
Why?
Because you should have started with, well, hello there.
Oh, hello there. I'm sorry. Well, in my defense, I did write hello there in the chat, so
there you go. All righty, and then her partner in crime for the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast, Mr. Rowe. How are you tonight, sir?
Absolutely beautiful. Look at those beautiful people, man. What's happening, man?
don't lump me in with him.
You know, this is the second time you've asked somebody not to lump you in with me. What is going on, man?
Guilty by association.
Don't give me those shrug shoulders.
There's trouble.
Whatever you say, Corey Hart.
There's trouble in the room, and I don't know if you guys have actually seen the chat yet, but there is a room full of people. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, everyone.
Bro wears his sunglasses at night.
I just want to say, well, I did grow up in the 80s, so it makes perfect sense if you ask me, but I just want to say that there are some amazing people in the chat. I just want to say hi to everybody in the chat. I'll be typing away too every so often, so I'll say hi to everybody. I did notice that Belzora says that she's driving, so please don't pay attention to us. Drive safe. Make sure you get to your destination.
Be careful. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
All righty. Another longtime friend of the show. Everybody say hello to Mr. Josh, the Sith Care Bear. How you doing, Josh?
Hey, excellent. How are you today?
You just let anybody in, Alan.
Very well.
Yeah,
I will. Well, you've been
This
a guest more than anybody, so that should tell you something.
I'm the lunatic.
So, and tonight, guys, we have a brand new guest with us. We have a gentleman with us by the name of Justus. Justus, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You know what? If we were any better, there'd probably have to be two of all of us. God help us all. Justus, so tell us a little bit about yourself and where you come from.
I am from Rockford, Illinois, and which is not a great place, but it's okay.
Cheap Trick is from that area. It's not that bad.
Yes, they are. I'm a chemist, and when I'm not doing science stuff, I am recording a podcast called Pod Wars with Gary, and we talk Star Wars and Marvel.
Excellent. You will notice by going through our playlist, we do a lot of Marvel, and we do have a rule here, though. At least three of us are equipped. If you're not equipped and you just have water or whatever to drink with you, that's fine too. But anyone ever mentions, what are we supposed to not mention, Josh?
The Last Jedi.
Don't have
Everyone takes a drink. So that being said, no, we're teasing. If you happen to be a fan, that's fine. You're welcome here also, even if you're wrong, you're allowed to be. So we've got in the chat room, I see Mar is here, of course. We've got Dragon Buddy and Lunar Girl. How you doing, everybody?
Hi,
Zori Blissful's here. She's driving.
Sorry.
Be very careful. I said Lori. I'm sorry, Zori. The escape pod's in the room. How you doing, gentlemen? Hopefully you guys are having a great night. And I don't think I've missed anybody, but we're going to go up here just a little bit and see Dragon Buddy. Very nice to see you.
Rachel.
All right. So, and I'm sure there's going to be more coming in. So, Josh Irwin, he says, "Hey, other Josh." So
How many
even though I
Joshes
have
we
one
got?
in the
I don't know,
in
but
the
we got a lot of
chat,
spares.
yeah, even though I have one in the chat and I have one in the stream, the Joshes are here. I always, to me, in my mind, when I say that, I always picture the Coreys, but that's because I'm from the '80s also. So. Ro knows what that means. Anyway, so again,
I
we're
know
going
what
to be
that
talking.
means.
I know what that means.
Stop saying she's young.
Mm-hmm.
So no,
Her mom will
think
kill us.
Yeah.
I think
You can
I
say
think-
I'm young all day though.
I think Justice is probably the youngest in the room. Josh, do you have any clue what we mean when we say the Coreys?
It's okay.
Do
You
I?
can say no.
You're allowed to say no.
I don't.
Okay, so you have a homework assignment. You must watch a movie called The Lost Boys.
Okay.
Okay, The Lost Boys is a fantastic vampire film. It has the aesthetic of the '80s all throughout it. Kiefer Sutherland stars in it, and that is our first introduction to the Coreys. So you'll watch that and you'll know what we mean. Fair?
Yeah, you said vampires, and I'm already hooked. So
There you go. There you go. So, real quick, we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping, just so everyone's aware. Everyone's information is in the comments below. So if you go down to the comments section, you can find out where to find General Shinobi, only in the comments because I didn't have time to change it. It just says Chantal. Where to find Ro, and they are part of the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast. If you haven't had a chance to listen to their latest podcast, which is what's the exact title? The Nerd?
Evolution of nerd.
Evolution of the Nerd.
Yeah, I'm
Way to
drunk.
pay
I don't know
attention
what
to us.
yeah, I'm drunk. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, anyway.
I got you, Ro.
Fantastic.
I'm not there yet.
episode.
Thank you.
So, yeah, and then also, if you liked that hard rockin' music that you heard at the beginning of our intro, the comment section below also has his information. That is Mr. Adam McLean. Adam both wrote and performed that. So when I say wrote and performed, I mean he had a blank screen and started and laid the tracks for the drums, bass, guitar, you name it. Very talented guy. He's at NAMM every year as a demonstrator. So yeah, really, really talented gentleman. So, and then we also have Justus with Pod Wars, his information where to get him. And I did not get Mr. Sith Care Bear in time. So I will go in and correct that after the fact. But Josh
I
is,
see how it is. Yeah.
No one
is
cares.
on Twitter
I
at
didn't care. It's fine. That's
Sith Care Bear. At Sith Care Bear, and whenever I say that, I always picture the rainbow Care Bear with Sith eyes. It just makes me laugh every time. So
and
anyway.
I can always get in character if you guys.
Please don't.
Yeah,
Please.
if I want to, right?
Wait, why didn't you?
Don't embarrass yourself.
Oh, yeah, well, first of all, he can embarrass himself because he's not going to embarrass me.
True.
I'll
I'll
be
save
like,
it
your
for
only
next
Care Bear
time. I have
outfit?
to ease into that. So
say it again, Justice.
is that your only Care Bear outfit?
yeah, I've just got the one.
As far as we know,
I had to draw the line at one. So
He doesn't wash it. So
Yeah.
Wait, what an odd question. What makes
Yeah,
you
I'm
think he's got
curious.
more than just one?
Because I feel like green's not a very Sith color.
Well, I would
Variety.
go pink with rainbows, but that's just me. That's only because I spent a little time talking to Josh. But that's a different story altogether. You can tell we're in rare form tonight. I don't know if it. First of all, we want to apologize to everyone who's watching and/or in the chat tonight because we're in rare form. So, to kind of stick to the script a little bit, which, as you all know, we have a really hard time doing on my show because I totally believe in free flow. As far as What If is concerned, are we all up to speed on Marvel's What If?
Yep.
All right. So that being said, let's not discuss this week's episode. It just came out yesterday.
Okay.
I like to give people enough time to watch it before we talk about it, because while we do spoilers and we are spoiler heavy on our show, I want to be considerate enough for those of you who may not have had time to watch it yet, because it's only been out for a day and a half. Is that fair with everybody? So, if you're taking that show out of it, Justice, throwing you to the wolves first. What's been your favorite episode so far?
Well, my favorite episode, I guess, is the third one, because I feel like the first one was kind of just like teasing everyone into what if is. The second one was a really great tribute to Chadwick, and then the third one was just kind of like out there. Really didn't see that coming, and I kind of really loved the story and like what would happen if this did happen.
Okay.
So the third one is the one that we're not talking about.
No, we're not talking about
No.
the fourth one.
Yeah,
We're not talking
fourth
about the
one.
fourth one, which was today.
Can we recap
So-
real fast? The first one was Captain Carter.
Captain Carter.
Second one,
was T'Challa Lord.
T'Challa,
okay. Third one was
Avengers die.
Yeah, the Avengers died. That's the one with your main villain is Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Hmm.
Right. The
Oh,
real
then-
Ant-Man.
Then I haven't seen the fourth one. Then what's the fourth one? The fourth one's the one that we're not talking about.
It's the
Right.
Doctor
Yeah.
Strange
Doctor
one, which
Strange.
I personally
Doctor
think is the
Strange.
best one. but-
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
love
agree.
the Doctor Strange one.
Okay, so I'm one behind then.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is the title is What If Doctor Strange Lost His Heart Instead of His Hands? And it is a very, I won't say it's my favorite.
Okay.
I will say it was fun. It was very interesting, and the implications are huge.
Yeah, I think the ramifications of it will be.
I
something
cried.
that will come up.
I did
very
cry
big
too.
later.
I cried.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
cried.
Oh, it was heartfelt.
Baby.
It
I
was
cried.
very heartfelt.
It's the
Fuck
darkest
you.
thing that Marvel's put out in a while. I
Yeah.
think.
It was
Yeah.
very dark. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The ending
All
was
right,
super-
I dropped my one F-bomb for the episode.
You're allowed. You're allowed. So I will
Nobody's
say
listening
this.
to us, Chantal.
No,
Nobody's
it came
listening to
early
us.
though.
I
It's not to her.
actually liked the Captain Carter episode the best.
I loved the
Yeah.
Captain Carter
I loved it too, yeah.
episode very
Yeah.
much.
I would second that.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because I caught myself. I'm watching it by myself at because I get up so early. I'm watching it at 6:00 in the morning,
Oh my god.
and I'm smiling from ear to ear, just it gave me so much joy, and it was so fun. And to me, it set it off. Now, he's not trying to be difficult, but Josh Irwin says that he really loved the second one,
Me
And
too.
the second one was T'Challa.
Mhm.
T'Challa.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For me, I thought that was. Let's see. I think that for me that was the weakest one.
I agree.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little forced.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Also
like
the
the
whole.
idea. Of,
Oh, go ahead.
No,
so
Go
I think
ahead.
the idea is that if what happens if T'Challa, he rules Wakanda so well. So what if he rules outside of Earth and he's able to just fix the whole world essentially, or
Yeah.
the main problem, which is Thanos. And I think that was a beautiful tribute to Chadwick and what he's
Yeah.
done for the character.
But they make him out to be such an optimistic character when, if you look back on when we were first introduced to him, he's filled with vengeance and wanting to kill Bucky and tear the world apart in the process. So I don't. The image of him seemed unrealistic compared to the image that had already been painted. I don't.
Yeah, but
see
you
that-
got to remember that this is a what if. So
I know, but it was a
all the
little
stuff-
over-optimistic to
Yeah.
me.
Those things that happened in Civil War would have never happened.
Loosen
because
up,
of the-
Josh.
Well, I feel that with the first episode, they tried to show us sort of, what if something was slightly different, but not too different. So kind of ease us into it. And I feel with the second one, they tried to go to the far extreme, the other direction, and show, well, what if everything's completely different?
Right.
And to the point where it felt forced. It didn't feel like so
Yeah.
much an organic story as much as look at this, look at this, look at this. Isn't
Right.
that cool?
I
Look
kind
at
of have
this
to agree
version.
with
Isn't
you.
it crazy that
Yeah.
Thanos is, what? Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It seemed a little,
Thanos was like a drinking buddy.
What a way to ruin it.
Yeah.
yeah, way to tear down an awesome
But
character.
Nebula was so cool.
No,
Yeah, I love
hold on a
Nebula.
minute. All right, so I'm playing devil's advocate, guys. I get where you're coming from on that, but you're taking it that those are the same characters that we see in our universe, and it's not.
Yeah,
I know.
I get it, but we're still kind of
There's a
dishing
way to
it
do
out.
it, yeah. There's a way to do it and it feel organic, and it feel like there's a purpose for it in the story other than just look at this. Look at how
Yeah.
different this
You didn't
is.
like the Thanos keep on trying to, tell him about his awesome plan and then just be like, nope, that's not it, dude.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess if you want the whole episode to be a joke, though, and then that's the thing is when you've got the other 3 episodes to compare to, which are all pretty serious, it just stands out to me as just kind of breaks the mood to a certain extent.
Okay,
I totally
so
agree.
so I am going to make one comment on that one. There was one thing about that episode that I loved more than anything else, and that's at the very end when Peter was mopping and they were playing Space Age Love Song by the Flock of Seagulls. I absolutely sat in my chair going, yes. And Josh knows why I happen to love that song so much. But I do love that song. That album was actually one of my kind of guilty pleasures, because I'm a metalhead, but I bought that album and loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I had that hair in the 80s.
Yeah, it's all about the hair.
the reverse feather.
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine taking a pair of
I need pictures of that, Ro.
backwards.
I had the blonde front and the whole thing.
Oh my God.
Gosh.
Ro,
What?
you and Shanty. Pay attention
What?
here. Pay attention, Miss Kenobi.
Don't
Are you
clump
ready?
me in with her.
What did I
No,
clump? What drunk are you?
If you'll notice on the screen, I split you two up. That's the.
I noticed.
The buffer between
Playing
the-
mediator.
I'm
All
trying
right,
to
hold
be,
on.
the mediator between the two of you.
To talk about the show really quick, did anyone else feel, I mean, maybe I'm the only one who thinks this way, but the first thing that came to mind when I started watching the show is it makes me feel like I'm watching The Twilight Zone. And the narrator's like Rod Serling.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I
Yeah.
feel.
Look at that.
Oh, you know what? I had put that together, but I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. a
Yeah,
lot.
that's what it
Probably
feels like to
intentional.
me. That was the
I
first
was
thing I
really
thought
wondering. I was really wondering how they were going to bring in the whole "what if" thing. Obviously, growing up with the comic books and the series, it really Ro looks like a grown-up version of his dancing gift.
Yes! I'm wearing red, Ro. I'm Elmo.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm Elmo.
That's hilarious. But they're doing a really good job with kind of presenting the whole "what if" with the Watcher and the voiceover at the beginning. It really, I mean, each episode,
it.
you really don't have to know Marvel to kind of really jump into it. It explains everything right there. And DJ said it. They're all the episodes are great. I mean, some are better than others for me. But they're, like I said, I was really, really wondering how they were going to kind of bring that out. And Josh has a very good point.
I love the animation.
The animation, the art style, it really is like a
beautiful.
comic book brought to life.
It's gorgeous.
I'm really, really enjoying it.
Gorgeous.
And I think that's one of the biggest reasons that I really loved the Agent Carter, Captain Carter episode, because it was so colorful. It was dynamic. I mean, that was our first episode into the What If series, and it just really set the stage for what the rest of the series is going to look like. I'm really happy about it. I really love it, and I guess I'm one behind, so I'm going to probably watch that later on tonight with my son.
I love that they have most of the actual cast voicing characters
Yeah,
too, so
me
it really
too.
helps you
Yes.
feel like
Mhm.
it's part of the MCU.
Like it's continuing.
And that
Yeah.
was one thing I will say about the T'Challa episode, is that I love getting to hear Chadwick do his character at least one last time.
So sad.
My
I like the
understanding,
dedication
he's
at
supposed to
the
be in
end.
4 episodes. He's supposed to be in 4 different episodes.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
well, good.
Yeah, most of the characters will be back. It's going to end in some sort of a big crossover event, because there's been images that we've seen in trailers and whatnot of Doctor Strange speaking to T'Challa and various other characters.
Well, I know that
will be back.
I know that they said that they were going to do a second season, so I'm wondering if some of these cliffhangers will tie into the second season with different episodes.
Possibly.
Could be.
Especially during episode 4, that cliffhanger or the ending of episode 4 with Nick Fury. 3 or 4?
3.
You didn't even watch 4. Why are you
Right,
mentioning
so it's
4?
three,
What's
yeah.
wrong with you?
Yeah, the end when he uncovers Cap. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Just go back to drinking, Ro.
So there's a couple of questions in the group, or there's at least one I want to address. DJ, when you're saying we'll get the same treatment, are you talking about a What If style series, or are you talking about the animation style for the new Star Wars show that's coming up? If you wouldn't mind, drop that in the chat for me.
I think he
Josh?
was talking about.
I think he's talking about the
like
What
a
If.
Star Wars What If.
The
Which
reason I asked that is
No,
because-
thanks.
I responded right after his comment.
Well, we have a lot of fan theories out there that are doing that same thing,
Right.
and it's fun to talk about in this group. I just don't think it needs to be a part of the Star Wars world, but that's just
I
me.
agree.
Couldn't you kind of say Visions is almost like that?
Yeah, we can probably, once that comes
I don't
out.
know. I don't know if Visions is going to be a part of, is going to be more of a what if, or it's just going to be, because there are more Force users in that universe than the ones that we see every day.
True.
I think it's going to be
more
that
like
type
one
of
shot. Yeah, one shot stories that are just part of the universe, but don't necessarily tie into things. And some of them might tie into things. We'll see.
What's up, Sleeping
Hey,
Collectibles?
sleeping?
All right,
Wake up.
So
I wish I were sleeping.
So this young lady has a great point.
Yes. When will that happen? I'm going to get on the phone with Lucasfilm right now.
Get right now.
Yeah, because they'll listen
to
you.
We need.
Oh, we
Hilarious.
need. No. So we could dive into Star Wars with this group and be gone all day. So, what are you guys thinking about? What is your of the 3 movies that are getting ready to be released? Which ones are okay? Let's not do
3
that.
movies.
We all know the answer to that. Let's not do that. Let's. I'm going to rephrase the question.
Okay.
Taking out Spider-Man, when you're looking at just the Eternals and Chang Chi, which one are you
Spider-Man
most...
in?
Yeah, leave Spider-Man in.
Okay, which one are you most looking forward to?
Spider-Man.
Probably the rings.
If you take Spider-Man out of it, Shang Chi.
I'm looking forward to Eternals.
Yeah, Eternals if Spider-Man's not in the group.
I think Eternals is going to be a lot bigger than people realize as far as the overall MCU story that they're building right now. I don't think that they would even bother with those characters if they weren't going to have a much bigger part.
Significant impact, yeah.
Well,
I want to see it because of the implications it's going to have, but I
Right.
don't know enough about the Eternals to be excited about it. As
Same.
where I know
That's how I feel
Spider-Man very
about-
well, so I really want to see
I'm
that.
excited to see what they're going to do in Spider-Man because
Yeah.
the theories are wild and all the rumors
Right.
are
Mhm.
crazy.
Well, I
and
figured
even
once
the
we get to
trailer-
Spider-Man, we're going to stay there for a while. So let's
We'll get on that.
hold him off for a little bit.
Like
as
how you
far
feel
as
about not knowing Eternals, that's how, Eternals. That's how I feel about Shang-Chi. So like, I'm excited. To
Yeah,
see
I
it
don't
this
know anything
weekend,
about
but I have no
Shang-Chi,
idea
but
who
I'm
the
still
character
really
is.
excited about it for some reason.
All right, so,
Yeah,
let's
go
talk
ahead.
about Shang-Chi for just a second, because that one is actually the next one in order. It comes out this weekend.
Right.
I have purposely not looked out for anything spoilery because I don't want to know anything about it, but I have been listening to a lot of people who went to the early premiere and have talked about just the overall arc of the story and the overall feel of the story. And coming from a guy who loves wuxia films and loves kung fu films, I used to collect. Matter of fact, I had Jet Li's Once Upon a Time in China series before it was even released in the U.S. So I was a big into that film, and when I heard one of the reviewers say, if you took Marvel's name off of it, you would have a wuxia movie, and that excited me. So here was the reverse, and I think this will help everyone wrap their head around it that's in the room. Have you all seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
3 of us no, just
I've
me and
seen
Rose.
it. No, I'm just
Fucking
shaking my
babies.
head at the other people. Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking
okay.
babies.
Children.
Babies. So, Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon is a wuxia movie. It's what some people call kung fu wiring movie, right? Where there's a lot of flying and things like that. It's very supernatural. It's very superhero oriented. Only they don't wear capes and letters on their chests. Okay. And if you took Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and you took the Sword of Destiny out and made it rings and then produced it by Marvel, that's what we're going to get with Shang-Chi, and I am so freaking pumped by it.
Yeah. Crouching Tiger was I want to call it almost like a magical experience. I think that story was so beautiful of a film. And Shanti, it's a film, not a movie. Yeah. So I think it's something that you should probably.
No, it's on. It's on my list. My list is so long.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
But
I know.
The only problem I have with the narrative in that movie is that they move through time in telling the story, and there's a part where they spend in the past like too long, or they divert, and then they go back, and then by the time they go back, you're like, oh, that's right, this is the past. So I have a little bit of an issue there, but for the most part, I mean, okay, yeah, the wire work is just marvelous to see. You obviously have to suspend disbelief, but we do it anyways. It's just beautifully shot. It's an amazing film, and I think it should be part of any geek or nerd's arsenal of movies that they've seen, because it's just so wonderful. I can't say enough about it.
And I agree with you on everything you said there, Ro. I will say my personal favorite, though, would be if I was going to tell you one that I think is a film that is a little better than that in the same genre, it's House of Flying Daggers.
Okay, yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah, and the only reason I say that is because, and you'll like this, General Shinobi. Every fight scene in the movie is colorized different. It's very artistic. So when they're fighting in the woods, everything has hues of yellow, and when they're fighting in another section, it's all has hues of green and hues of red. It is just a beautifully shot movie. Cut her off. She's had half a margarita. She's already
No.
I can't take her anywhere.
You can't.
It cracks me up every time you say Shinobi.
Okay.
Oh my god, it cracks me up every time you say Shinobi.
I will say this about
I'm sorry.
Crouching Tiger, though.
I'll watch it, I promise.
It was actually supposed to originally star Jet Li, and he was stuck here in the U.S. finishing up Lethal Weapon, so he didn't make it back in time. That's the reason Chow Yun-Fat was in it. And I'm going to tell you right now, had Jet Li been in it, I think it would have been an even better movie, because he moves like water. At least at that point in his life, he did. He moved like water.
Like water.
Yeah, well, amazing. Josh, I agree with you. Although I will say that I fell in love with her back when in a movie called Wing Chun, but no one knows that movie but me, so I'll shut up now.
No, she's in Shang Chi. So.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. She's in Chang Chi.
Which makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen the movie, and it's good.
Such a show off.
See, and this is the reason why I wanted these two guys down here on tonight. This one over here.
He's a troublemaker.
He's a troublemaker, but he's seen the film. And this one over on this side. No, wait, let me do that.
Yeah,
right.
I always
this
get
one over
confused.
on this side, right? He's like a part of a Marvel Geek Squad. So, that's the reason I wanted them both to be in here to interact with us tonight. So, without giving any spoilers away.
Okay.
What was your overall take on? Did I hit it? Is it a wuxia movie with Marvel production?
It is, and it does have Marvel production, so it feels like a Marvel movie as far as how it looks.
Talking about the humor, probably.
Has the Marvel humor. It definitely has some very funny parts. But yes, you're definitely going to get a very Crouching Tiger-esque form of storytelling, which I thought was excellent, because it's nice to continue that trend of kind of making each hero's film sort of a different genre of filmmaking to a certain extent. And I thought they did an excellent job with it. And the actor playing Shang Chi is particularly good at his craft. There's some amazing fight choreography in that film.
He murdered somebody, DJ.
Yeah. He would tell you, DJ, but if he did, he'd have to kill you.
Can we go back to ambassadorial wings selections? I want to ask you, what is CTHD?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I saw it. I saw it.
Wow.
All right, so cut Row off.
Yeah.
unless of course someone happens to mention.
No, to answer the question, I saw it at CinemaCon.
The Last Jedi.
The film exhibitor.
Was that fun?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, I got to see. I actually got to see
Powerade.
Yeah, hey, that's what I got. I'm being good. I just got off a week of binge drinking in Vegas. Come on now. Yeah, what are you gonna do? But I gotta hydrate. But
it's funny because I usually do acronyms, Zori. So I don't know what's. Yeah.
You do?
I don't know. I did.
Haven't you ever read that book? Everybody you do.
Oh
Everybody-
man. Oh boy.
But no, CinemaCon's pretty cool. I got to see the Spider-Man trailer before it leaked online, and that was pretty awesome. I also got to actually watch Ghostbusters Afterlife in its entirety, and it
Very
was
nice.
phenomenal. I
Show
was very, very
off.
impressed with that film.
I'm
And
looking forward to that one.
Me
yeah,
too.
no,
Me too.
That's the one I'm looking forward to most outside.
I
too.
wasn't sure. I was so on the fence. I wanted it to be good, but it blew my expectations out of the water.
Very nice.
Good. All right. Good.
But back to Shang-Chi,
Excited.
yeah, it's fantastic. You did hit the nail on the head with that. It's definitely the Marvel mixed with the kung fu style filmmaking, and it's very well done. And it does
Excellent.
obviously make its connections to the bigger universe, but it primarily tries to focus on the new hero. And that's what I think I appreciated the most about it. It wasn't so worried about the MCU. It was more about trying to tell that singular story.
The
How
only
do you
thing-
think his character is going to fit in with the new iteration of the Avengers?
Well, there are hints to that in the end, and I won't give anything away. But there's
We all
a
kinda knew that was
mid
coming,
and
right?
end credit scene that I would recommend.
Ooh, good to know.
Two. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Justice wants to say something.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I'm hoping that they accomplish is fixing the blunder in Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see all the action and whatnot. I know you can't say anything.
Well, I mean, he kind of just did.
but I'm really hoping that they
I know
nice
nothing.
nice poker face.
they
What?
fix that.
I will say this. Okay, so he doesn't have to. Yes, it's addressed. Yes, it's fixed. So there you go.
I mean, wasn't it fixed like early on?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, they did like that little short film where he was
Yeah.
in prison and he was like, you
Right.
know,
I
I'm
would
gonna-
I
highly
realized-
recommend people watch that if they haven't seen it. It's on
Yeah.
Disney Plus now. The one shots are, and
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend.
And
people watch that.
I think they released that on Disney Plus for a reason.
Yeah.
To get you refamiliarized with their take on the fixing, because
Yeah.
that's the only one shot that they have on Disney Plus, if I read that correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
And obviously, they'll probably release them slowly but surely, but there's obviously a reason why they released that one first. So yeah.
We could have a
I'll
long
check that
talk on that ambassadorial. You and I could have a long talk on that one.
What's BTILC? I'm just kidding. More acronyms.
Someone take that bottle away from him.
Kick him out,
All right. So never. He's too much fun. All right. So
Is
he is Justice. It's be nice to the new guy, Justice. How is your knowledge on the Eternals?
I would say
Mr.
fairly decent.
Yeah, since you've got the Marvel shirt on.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think there's any,
Give us
more-
a brief explanation as you understand it.
Oh, that's okay. I wish Gary was here because he's literally been reading the '60s comics.
I could, if you'd like, and then you
Yeah.
can correct me.
I mean, sure, let's go with that.
Okay, so it's my understanding, and I could be absolutely incorrect, but it's my understanding that the Celestials basically, for no other better way to put it, caused an experimentation, did an experimentation on humans, which caused a mutation, which they did purposely to create the Eternals as we know them. Those same experimentations were done and created their arch nemesis. And when they were created, according to the original comics, the Eternals, as we know them, shunned them because they were mutated in fashions that they did not approve of.
yeah,
Does that sound about right?
yeah. I think they kind of revamped it with I don't know if it's Jonathan Hickman or I think that's who it was, but he changed it to where they purposely made those three and then gave
Okay.
the Celestials task the Eternals with making sure the Deviants didn't destroy the humans.
Makes
and
perfect
so-
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they kind of played the Celestials just kind of like up and went out and didn't really want to do anything with Earth or anything like that. So
Isn't it correct that they're not allowed to interfere unless the deviants are involved?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I will say this, and I'm going to say yes to Josh on this. Absolutely. I had zero interest in this movie whatsoever. None. The last trailer sold me. What would you guys say about that?
I would agree.
Yeah.
I think that the just seeing the Celestial, all we've seen is nowhere, which is like just a cut off head. So the fact that they're talking about like who why are we here? Then they pop to the Celestials and you get to see them in action. That's all I'm really excited for. I mean, the cast looks great, but to see these omniscient eternal beings do some damage, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah. It's I think the scope, and I'm pretty sure it was Josh who had said this earlier. The scope on this looks like it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Yes. You guys got quiet on me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to chastise you before. I just wanted to allow Justus to talk for a minute.
Well, I mean, in the trailer, talk about the reemergence. So I'm curious I think they're gonna do like a cosmic, like in Winter Soldier, they really focused on how bringing back people affected Earth, but I think that they're gonna do how did it affect the cosmos in the Eternals movie with the snap and then bringing everyone back.
Okay, so here's a question for everybody. If you remember, they said that when they made the snap and brought everyone back, the power surge that was released. Do you think that's maybe what creates mutants in this timeline?
Well, somebody had mentioned that they are proto mutants. I love that terminology, by the way. Proto mutants.
That is a good one.
I think it could be used as a way to introduce more mutants, but I do think that the multiverse stuff is going to be a big factor as far as specifically introducing the X-Men, because there's a lot of rumors flying around that have some legitimacy that we're going to see certain members of the Fox universe coming back. We know for certain Deadpool will be back.
Yes.
Joining the MCU. So I feel like the only way to explain that is through the MCU, or is through the multiverse, not through any sort of actual natural means. They can't just be like, oh, they were here the whole time. Their stories were too involved for that to be the case. People would know.
Right.
So,
This
I like that you put this up there, and I wanted to ask you guys, not to take over the show here, but I wanted to ask you guys if Phase 4, because I've heard this from friends of mine that are not like super, comic book people. They love the MCU movies, but I've heard a lot of people talk about how Phase 4 at this point seems just really over the top and confusing. Have you guys heard comments like that, especially with the whole multiverse and the stuff that happened in Loki? If you're not really well versed in the actual comic books, because this is the first time we've seen them in the movies, but when you talk about multiverse and all that stuff and from the comic books, which obviously has a very long history, to a general audience, if it's not explained well, I think you start to kind of confuse and lose people.
I'm the general audience. I don't read the comic books. I don't.
Yeah, but you like film and you're invested in.
No, I understand that. I get that, but to make a statement like that without actually waiting until the movies have come out to connect everything, it's like, can people have some, like an iota of patience? I understand.
They have none.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, it's the truth.
I almost dropped a second F-bomb. Sorry.
I honestly think that a lot of the more side characters, the ones that are less well known, are going to struggle at the box office in comparison to, say, Spiderman and those types of characters, those that are already established. And I think that's because the general audience is kind of starting to get a little distracted by other things to a certain extent. They're a little worn out by it, a little weary. I mean, right now they're looking at releasing 4 films a year for like 5 years straight or something like that, and that's going to tire people out. It just is. Those
What-
that aren't.
Told you it was going to
What
oversaturate,
people?
bro.
Yeah,
What
I
people?
told you.
I love it. Give it to me.
I told
Give me
you.
more.
That's what she
Well-
said. I told you.
it's like
We've
westerns.
talked
At
about
some
that.
point, it's
That is
gonna-
what she said.
We spoke about oversaturation, and I told you I think it's going to become too much to the point where people are like, I want something else than just Marvel constantly being rotated through the theater. And listen, as us as nerds, I don't care. That could be all you ever play in the theater. That's fine.
Wait, what,
But again,
Justice,
the theater is not being just catered to us. We still do have the rest of the general public, as much as I would love to say fuck you to them.
F
but
them.
I
Hey,
can't. I mean,
You say
sorry.
that. You say that. You can,
Sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
getting angry.
You're allowed. You can say that though. You can say that, we have to cater to them. They can't. They don't. They can't be us. Whatever. Who's making them the most money right now?
I understand.
We are.
I get that.
Well, hold on a minute. Time out. I'm going back to your podcast from earlier.
Hmm.
We are the geeks who are finally.
I know.
getting our
We're
due.
winning. I
Quit.
get it.
Don't let them take it from us because we're winning. God love them. I want them to come to our side because they were so scared to be on our side in the first place. They didn't understand why people were sitting around playing these table games and why we were so into comics and why we were so into movies, and it scared
I
them.
don't
That's
think
the
a lot
reason
of
that
them still understand.
No, but they
Mhm.
do. But it's getting much better. And to go back to a point from earlier, and I'm not. I hopefully I'm not coming across as confrontational because that's not what I mean. We were talking about side
I'll
characters,
fight.
right? We were talking about side characters and them not caring about side characters. Who knew who in the hell Iron Man was before that movie?
Yeah, he's a B hero before Iron Man.
He was a.
I had
D
heard of
hero.
Iron Man, but I didn't know anything about
He
Iron
wasn't a
Man.
B
about
hero.
that.
He was a
He
D
was a B.
hero.
No, 2000s
No,
did a great job for
The
comics.
Avengers were created. That Marvel has said this. The Avengers were originally created so they could take all their C and D list players and put them on one comic in hopes to sell more comics, and then they would funnel other heroes through there to see if other people liked them before they shipped them out. That's the whole reason the comic was made in the first place, and he was the leader of that iteration. He was a C. Okay, I'll give you. Let's split the difference. He was a C player.
Fine.
Right? I loved him. Don't get me wrong. I loved him, but that didn't mean that everyone did.
Even me as a comic book collector in the early '80s and stuff like that, I knew of Iron Man, but the only thing I knew about Iron Man was, besides the suit, was that he was kind of a troublesome or troubled alcoholic. That was it. That was it.
Yep.
But,
To me,
you
he
know-
was always Diet Batman. So
Well,
That's how I kind of feel, honestly.
But going back to the superhero thing, I think that's why there is a lot of superhero saturation. That's why I think The Boys, Invincibles, even going to a little bit anime with My Hero Academia, they're trying to subvert the genre a little bit differently, and that's why they're doing well. And I'm really hoping Marvel is able to do that with these new movies. I mean, everyone thought that Guardians of the Galaxy was going to flop, but it didn't. So I'm hoping that these side characters can still do well in the box office.
I think each phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies have kind of reintroduced and reconstructed the genre. And what, to Justus' point, I think Phase 4 is probably going to do the same thing in order to avoid the run-of-the-mill superhero burnout. And I think Marvel obviously has had a plan for years already. They know where they started, and they've got that that vision to move their properties forward. And I commend them for doing that. I think, but like I said, I think each phase has really kind of broken the mold. I'm excited for Phase 4 to see where this is going. It's a little bit out there for normal moviegoers, but for us nerds, I think it's still a little out there, but it's very exciting nonetheless.
But Marvel does have the ability on some way, somehow, to take the stuff that's really out there and bringing it in close enough that
Right.
the normies can grab a hold of it.
Yeah,
Because
and
it's funny.
And it's all about characters. I mean,
It's
you
because
know,
of the humor, honestly.
yeah, well, and that's part of their characters. That's part of their development. I mean, you know, they're
My
not.
concern's less with the films. It's more with like what Justice was saying about the other heroes series and films that are being made and just kind of packing it into the genre, and the marketplace is just kind of overflowing with it. And then on top of that, you bring in all of these required watching Disney Plus shows. And that's where I feel like Marvel is going to begin to lose people, because the Disney Plus series are, at least at this point, very important to the story that they're trying to tell. And I know a lot more people, even people that are fans like we are, that are like, I didn't watch all of WandaVision because it bored me. It was weird. I don't know anything about those old shows, so I didn't care. And it's, same with Falcon Winter Soldier. People watched Loki because, for one, it was a little bit higher production value and it had the star power draw. But the fact that other people ignored, or so many people ignored, those other series, ultimately can start to be an issue when the story is contingent upon you knowing what happened. Then they're going to go into those films and be like, I'm just confused. And then the next movie comes around and they're like, I don't know. I was kind of confused with the last one. So do I really want to watch this one? Do I really want to spend the money? Do I really want to take the risk to go out? Whatever. I don't know. I think there are more factors than just how many MCU movies there are to really
All right.
consider.
So, Justice, this question's for you, bouncing off of what he just said. Do you honestly believe that even though, even though they said that you're going to have to watch the series to fully understand, do you honestly believe that they're going to make a multi-million-dollar movie, sometime billion-dollar movie, close to it anymore? It seems like what they're looking for, and not give you enough back that anybody's going to be able to just walk in, sit down, and watch it, and enjoy it.
No, I don't. I think there's so many times where you watch movies and like you could go and watch the second one and totally understand what happens from the first movie. There's flashbacks. There's certain storytelling that they can do to introduce it. And even in comics, you could pick up a random comic and they have like a little blurb right in the beginning, so you can kind of pick up right where you're at. And so I think they'll easily adapt that into the movies. So I'm not super worried. I actually think opposite.
I appreciate your faith in humanity.
I think that they're going to watch those movies and be like, oh my gosh, I want to go back to Disney Plus and watch these.
Absolutely.
That's where I was just getting ready to say that sounds like there'd be a plan to me. So,
and I think that's the beauty of the MCU. Like, you can pick up a movie anywhere, and it's a complete experience. There are some narrative points that you might benefit if you were watching it from the beginning, but you really don't. I mean, it gives you a really complete story from beginning to end in that movie. And like Justice was saying, it's great that people are, expressing interest in doing the research and going back and going on Google or Disney Plus and saying, well, let's watch the beginning. Like Lunar Girl has never seen the early Marvel movies, and she's going back to watch the rest of them. So it's great. And I think that's what makes the MCU, as universal as it can be, especially because it's generating so much income for Disney.
And it's
that's the key. And it's accessible. Exactly. And, not to go off topic, but I think this is probably one of the reasons that I would say is detrimental to seeing this type of family / universally accepted entertainment go into the R-rated realm. Like a lot of people say, R-rated Star Wars, do we need it? R-rated Marvel, do we need it? You can't take your family to some of the stuff as much as you could, a regular, non-rated R movie, because it's, you might be a little fishy.
I don't know
there.
about that, because kids went to go see Deadpool.
Yeah, I had a kid in the theater with me when I watched Deadpool.
As long as Ryan Reynolds can say the F word twice in a movie, I guess it can be PG-13.
A lot of parents don't care about the rating.
But a lot of
Honestly.
parents do.
A lot of them.
Not really, not in my experience.
Also, I think if you think about it,
I see more kids in movies that they shouldn't be in than I do in movies that they should be in. So honestly, parents don't give a shit.
Well, see, I addressed that
Yeah,
differently.
the parents dropped them off for a different movie.
parents are stupid.
Well, I addressed that
They
differently.
trust their kid.
I took my kids to see the movies that they wanted to see. So if they were R-rated or what have you, or I'd rent them and bring them home, so that I could be the one to answer the stupid questions that they're going to have.
Right.
That's the smart thing to do.
And that's how we developed. Really, truthfully, if you want to boil it down, that's how the show got developed. Because of those early days of me talking to them about the movies and what they were seeing, the questions they had, they were open up enough that as they grew older, the discussions began to change, and they became more fun and so forth. So, I
have
this.
one last thing about the
Go ahead.
saturation thing. I was just gonna say, as long as Marvel can keep on making money and they can keep on getting star power movie actors, there's no reason people aren't going to go out and watch it. I think Angelina Jolie is going to bring in a whole lot of people just for Eternals.
Yeah, it's an amazing cast.
It is.
Salma frickin' Hayek. That's all I gotta say.
Amen, brother. Desperado. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
From Dusk Till
Dawn.
Dawn.
Oh boy. Wow. All right. So so far it sounds to me like we're all pretty much in. So here's another thing I'm going to add to that, Ro. I'm okay with them going R-rated if the film is one that kind of requires it. In other words, if they're going to do a Blade movie,
oh yeah,
Blade
that has to be rated R. Yeah,
well, it was initially, so I would assume that it would be. And I think that they proved with Logan that Wolverine movies should have been rated R from the beginning. I mean, you can't have a guy whose power is to have knives that cut people up and it not be rated R. It makes no sense.
That's why I'm hesitant about the Carnage movie or the Venom movie being PG-13. Like, that's very disappointing to me.
I agree.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree.
So
damn kids.
But I am excited to see how they tie all that together now that Sony is officially admitting that they're bringing all of that into the MCU. So I'm very excited to see what they do there.
How would you guys like to see Miles show up and be part of the Venom verse?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I hear that he will be in it.
Yeah.
But, now, as far as whether they're going to tie it into the Spider-Verse, like if that's the same Miles, I don't know. But I've actually heard that there may be multiple versions of Miles in the film.
I heard that Tom Hardy wasn't going to do the Venom thing if he wasn't going to be able to fight a Spider-Man. I think that's the quote.
Or do a horrific accent.
He will. Now, which one, I don't know.
All right, so while we're talking about it, and this wasn't on our list of shows, are you guys are you hyped for Venom 2? Are you not hyped for Venom 2?
I didn't see Venom 1.
I didn't see Venom 1 either.
I'm more hyped for Morbius.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Morbius is going to be good. And I think that's really going to show more of a connection between those universes, which is why they keep pushing it off so they can get the other stuff out.
What about you, Justus?
Two things. Woody Harrelson is number one.
No. You didn't say that right. Woody frickin' Harrelson. Okay, now go.
Number two is, I don't know if you guys have been reading the latest Venom comics, but they really expanded the lore on Venom. It's really great. You should check it out. But they did reach out to the writer and artist and got feedback. Andy Serkis reached out to Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman and asking, they collabed a little bit. So I'm hoping that he took some notes and was able to do the Venom character justice.
I hope so as well.
One of the things that I really was disappointed in when they introduced Venom is, I grew up with the comic books, as I mentioned, and the storyline of Secret Wars is a huge story, and I know why they couldn't kind of bring that into the MCU because it's so huge. It's probably bigger than the whole Thanos thing, but the fact that they're not using that storyline to explain the origin of Venom probably is what turns me off personally, because I love the story of Venom. I love the fact, there you go, how he's tied really to Peter Parker and Spider-Man because of the suit, because of the alien. There you go. And
you know what's going for it now?
I think you just made someone very, very jealous, sir.
Sorry, it was brought up. It's one of my all-time favorite miniseries ever.
Yeah, I love it.
I think they're
it.
actually going. I think that right now that's what we're working towards.
That's exactly what they're working towards. Absolutely. As far as the big picture, the big Infinity War story that they're telling, it's Secret Wars, and I think it's more this Secret Wars, not the other Secret Wars that they've
2015
done since. Yeah. No, I feel it's.
I think it's going to be an amalgamation.
I think that they're going to bring Ultron back. We're going to get Galactus. We're going to get Doctor Doom. We're going to get all of these characters. They brought Kang into it.
Wait for Doctor Doom.
They brought Enchantress, sort of Sylvie. So
Cloak and Dagger.
They brought
Wonder Man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if we're going to get Wonder. Don't push it that far now. But the Captain Marvel that's in this Secret Wars story is the Monica Rambeau Captain Marvel, which has now also been introduced. Well, somewhat. We're almost there. So no, I definitely feel that they're building towards that story slowly but surely, because it was the first time that we had an all-encompassing story, and they now have the opportunity to do that. They've got Spider-Man, they've got the X-Men, they've got the Avengers. So they can, the Fantastic Four, they can do everyone. So
they can build it. I think I'm most excited character-wise about the introduction of Doom. I cannot wait for Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I hope they do
get a
justice.
Actual good Fantastic Four movie.
I hope so.
God, I hope so.
And the Russo brothers did say that they would come back just to do Secret Wars. So I think that they're giving them a break from Marvel so that they're fresh and renewed when they want to do it.
I'm okay with that.
So, General Shinobi, do you know anything about Doctor Doom?
Only from what I saw of those shitty ass movies.
Okay, so Doctor Doom is as intelligent as Reed Richards. He's a scientific
Good to know.
genius. And he's on the level of Doctor Strange magically. He is the badass to beat.
But is he hot?
Well, he's kind of scarred and stuff because that's the reason he wears the mask. Actually,
that's all I care about.
Is what scarred him. He was hot.
Keep the mask on.
He never really went up there. That's
I'll pass.
We'll
see who plays him.
The first Fantastic Four movie totally changed his origin story. He never really was up on that. The spacecraft.
I believe you. I wouldn't.
He never had these powers like the rest of the Fantastic Four did either. He got.
But in 2015, he becomes a god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything's got to be better than what we've got so far. Fantastic Four. So
he's a very, very interesting character because you could love him or you could hate him. But when you're looking at it, you always understand why he does what he does. Very, it's funny, you're talking about a guy who was Doom God, if you will, or God Doom, depending on which way you went. And yet, when he was doing all these horrible, awful things, the reasoning he was doing them made you go, yeah. I get this guy. I get why he's doing this. And it wasn't because you felt sorry for him. He was trying to do the right thing. He was like Ben Solo in the novels. Not that one.
You know what?
No, not that one.
That's close enough. That's close enough.
I ran out.
Okay. Well, that's why you're so giggly. Not that one.
Okay.
In the expanded universe, the story that
Ronos.
should have been filmed and told. He was a Sith, but he was doing it for the right reasons.
Most Siths are misunderstood. They are doing it for the right reasons.
Well,
as long as they're doing
except
it.
for Sidious.
No.
The second time.
As long as they're doing it.
Sidious was bringing order to the galaxy. Come on.
Hey,
I just want Maul.
I said for the second time.
If you follow Nishi, he was doing it right.
Magic Maul.
By the crimson bands of the Sitorak.
Anyway, all right.
Too far.
Guys, we have went about 20 minutes on each film. So let's talk about the the one that we're going to have to really wrangle ourselves in, or else we're going to be here for the remainder of the night. Hold on a second. This one's for you, I believe, General.
Yeah, no, I like the stemless, and it's rose gold. Because I'm such a girl.
You're something. Are you done now?
Yeah.
All right. Spider-Man.
Yes.
What did you think when you saw the last trailer?
Freaking loved it.
No.
What?
Ro, you said
Seen it
no?
like 5
Or-
times.
Or are you just being contrary to be contrary?
Shut up, bro.
No, I find it odd that
You're odd.
Doctor Strange would alter a universe on the whim of a teenager.
I completely agree.
So what
I
makes
found
you
that
And
think?
why
so
is his house
bizarre.
all frozen? That's a little bit strange too.
And did you notice also when the angle they showed him at when he kind of gave him the wink?
Yeah.
It didn't really look like the Doctor.
That's not Doctor
something-
Strange.
They're
Enough
off about it.
already.
He doesn't look like Doctor.
It's a trailer. They're not going to give it away to you. So
Most trailers give it away to me because that's the way they're cut. They suck
give it
today.
away. Give it away. Give it
Give
away.
it away,
now.
give it away, give it away.
That's not Doctor Strange.
Fine.
Nope, I don't believe it is. I believe that is a variant,
Mm-hmm.
or it's someone else pretending to be.
What if it's Loki?
Yes.
All right.
With that wink,
It's
I don't know.
No, I
Some
don't
people
think.
say it's Harkness because of the wink. I don't know.
Ooh,
Yeah, I could see it being Agatha.
could
So
be.
who knows?
Hey,
I don't know.
Hold on just a second. Justice, if for some reason, I know that if you have to step out for any reason, we understand.
Cool.
You're welcome to stay as late as you want. Okay.
It was glitching, so I didn't want to try talking when no one can hear me. So
No problem. No problem. I've literally, as the host, I've had mine freeze up before. So don't be all that alarmed. If, we're good. And another thing that's really cool about the service that we use is if for some reason your Wi-Fi kicks you out, the link that I sent you will bring you right back in. It does not cancel your stream.
awesome. Sounds good.
Okay. So
Yeah, it kicks me out all the time, or it might
No.
be the
Rightfully
That's
so.
on
that's
Yeah, that's
not
on
the
purpose.
Wi-Fi.
That's on
That's
purpose.
Probably 'cause you
that's
stick
the,
with it.
That's on
the boot
purpose.
button.
I'll accept that.
Not
I
even
will
the
accept
internet wants to hear what you have to
Yeah.
say.
that. Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
that.
you knew you said something wrong and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I
So I agree with you, Ro. Doctor Strange would not do that, and that's the reason why I wholeheartedly believe it's not Doctor Strange.
Okay.
But besides that, the whole trailer.
Why
was
don't we
great.
just wait until December 17th?
I agree with you.
I don't like speculating. I
Wait, what
really
did Justice
don't.
say?
Sorry.
I
Go
said,
ahead,
Justice?
Justice.
I said besides that, the rest of the trailer was just fantastic, and set up so much, and said nothing at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely said nothing at the same time. I'll give it that.
Totally. I could. Yeah.
Seeing Alfred
There's
Molina
a
was
lot of
everything.
tease.
Yeah, that's
wouldn't-
what really got me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna
Seeing
be an
Doc
old
Ock.
I'm gonna be an old curmudgeon. They just don't cut trailers that they used to anymore.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
So you
But we
think
also
that
could
they
get, like, an
showed too
Infinity
much in
War
this
thing.
one?
Huh?
Justice, you first, bud.
I think they pulled in an Infinity War, like where we saw the Hulk running. I think they potentially did that with this trailer as well, where they showed something that's not actually going to happen.
Marvel does that a lot.
I agree too.
And I
I've
hate
heard
that.
they filmed whole scenes that aren't actually going to be in the film, just to put in the trailer.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Throw everybody off.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even though they're trying to subvert expectations, I mean, they usually
come
succeed.
on.
I mean, come on, they do a good job. I think most of the time.
That was close enough, right?
That
That's
It was
Close
close
enough.
enough. And that was for you, absolutely.
There you
go. All right,
you know,
hold on.
they're not going
I
to
gotta
Ryan
catch up.
Johnson it. But
I ran out.
yeah, I think
It's by the way, it's Ruin Johnson.
it is ruined. But no, I think that they will subvert them in a way that we are happy with, like they
Yes,
typically
Josh
do.
Irwin.
Yes, Josh
I
Irwin.
think so. Yes.
Oh yeah.
But they're not
Yeah,
going to give
yeah.
that away.
Right.
No.
We might see them
if you watch
both.
the
Big surprise.
if you watch the trailer
Oh,
when
look at-
Doc Ock comes out
Mm-hmm.
and he says hello Peter, the background is completely different from when he's on the bridge, so I don't think he's actually talking to Tom Holland. I think
Right.
he's talking to Toby.
Mhm.
Yeah, he wouldn't
Agreed.
recognize
Ooh,
Tom Holland.
nice.
No, he
call.
wouldn't.
Yeah,
But it's true.
I completely agree. That's exactly what I thought.
I don't know about that.
Be nice.
I mean,
like Toby.
I liked Toby obviously when it came out, but then looking back on it, he is not my
there's
favorite
better
Spider-Man.
there's better Spider-Man than
I'm sorry,
than
he's not
Tobey.
my favorite Spider-Man. I actually think he was miscast. Honestly,
Well, you
Who
can
is
say what
that?
you
Is it
want to.
Andrew?
Spider-Man 2 was
I
the
don't.
greatest.
I didn't mind Andrew Garfield, but honestly, I do like Tom Holland very much. Y'all
Andrew
want
was too
to
pretty.
kill me? That's fine.
Andrew Garfield was great as Spider-Man.
I like him.
His banter was fantastic. I
Yeah.
totally saw the comic book Spider-Man that I grew up with. I saw the smart
Yeah, I want that teenager, smartass. Yeah.
But he was too cool. He was too cool as Peter. That was.
I
my
agree.
problem.
I think he was too cool and
Like I see that
quite
guy.
frankly,
I'm like,
too
he's
good
popular.
looking
Yeah.
to be Peter. He's
Yeah.
too good looking to be Peter. I believe Tom Holland, honestly, more.
Go ahead.
Toby
Or
is
Miles.
the best Peter. And
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know
agree.
that I agree with
So
that.
I'm saying Toby is the best Peter, Andrew is the best Spider-Man, and Tom Holland is the purest
The best of
picture of both. And even Stan
Yeah.
Lee said that.
I'm with
I can
you.
agree with
I'm
that.
with you on that, actually.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, me too.
I will also say that though it doesn't matter which one's the best Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 was probably the best movie.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hands down.
I think a lot of that was because of
Alfred
Alfred.
Molina.
Yeah,
I'm
Alfred
sorry.
Molina was
He
just
carried that whole movie. I saw that in the theater, and I loved every minute of that movie in the theater.
He's probably one of my favorite Spider-Man antagonists.
Yeah.
I love
Mhm.
I love Doc Ock.
Him and
he
Venom.
played him perfectly.
perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. And in the new trailer, when you saw that octopus arm come out,
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
just
just
like,
the way he said hello to him. It's like
I thought I was gonna die.
But,
I was
when
so
you see,
excited.
when you see the arm come out of the mist, right, and it bam on the
Right.
ground.
And then he said, "Oh, we lost Justice." And then he said, "Spidey, throw me the idol. I throw you a whip."
No, but when he
and
did
see how that
I
turned
was,
out.
Yeah, I was literally like, wow! I was so pumped at that point.
And I knew he was going to be in it. He said it, and I knew, but still seeing him in the trailer, just I don't know.
So
It got me so excited.
Do we think that we're going to see Electro this time around?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in the
100%.
cast list. No,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is on the cast
Yeah.
list.
Well, he had
Yeah.
said he'd put out on Twitter that he was going to be,
And
then
so
it was
is
pulled, and then it was pulled within 24, 48 hours.
Willem Dafoe is on the cast list too.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So-
I'm looking forward to that.
Justice is back.
Oh, good deal.
Lo siento.
Welcome back, sir.
Well, I'm just glad that we're finally getting the Sinister Six after they've teased it for years.
Yeah,
and years.
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking forward to
Well,
that.
what are the
Absolutely.
six though? That's what I. Owen was potentially Hobgoblin or Green Goblin, Doc Ock, the Lizard potentially, Sandman, and Electro. So I'm wondering who's the six.
Vulture.
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 That's who I think.
You think
Yeah.
you think it's gonna be Vulture? They're gonna break him out of prison.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't he part of the original
Sure.
six lineup in the comic books? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And we've seen him in the Morbius trailer as well, so they're definitely going back to that character to some extent. So yeah, I could see
Very
that.
cool. So
Right.
so I'm
Rhino.
gonna tell
I
you
love
this,
Rhino.
Yeah.
General Shinobi. This is something that you're gonna love. Okay. When Keaton and was filming the fight scenes in Spider-Man, right?
Oh,
He-
Michael.
He would lean up to Holland and go, "I am Batman." He did it several times during the filming. This was an interview that he talked about. And he said it would crack him up every time.
If I could hear him utter those words to me, I could die right afterwards. And it'd be a happy death.
He gave a
Shanti, I'm Batman.
like a valedictorian or like a graduation
Yeah.
speech.
Yes, and he said, "I'm Batman." Oh my! I saw it. Believe me, I saw it. Believe me, I saw it. I love Michael Keaton very much. He's a little short, but it's okay. I make the exception for him.
Mr.
I'm
Mom.
sorry, I'm 5'7". I'm tall.
No, you're not.
No.
But that's okay.
In comparison to everyone else around me, yes, I am tall.
I was
How tall are
6'2".
you?
I was 6'2" in
5'7".
the 8th grade.
I was the tallest one of my friends. I was the one who sprouted first, so I was always like this of my friend. All my friends were 5'2" to 5'3", 5 feet to 5'2". So I towered
Thank
over
you, Hector.
everybody.
I'm the tallest Mexican I know at 5'11"
You
and a half.
you are pretty tall for that culture, actually.
And
You
that
are.
half inch.
Yeah,
makes
for being
all the
Mexican. Yeah. No, you are.
I don't know
Sucks
if you
being
guys
tall.
saw Hector's comment here, but thank you, sir. We appreciate it very
Yes,
much.
sí,
Thank
señor
you.
Héctor. Viva la raza. Órale.
No clue, but okay.
Pinga! That's my favorite.
The only
expression.
way I know to follow that up is like this: The Last Jedi.
I ran out of drink. I don't want to drink water. That's punk ass stuff.
Well, you're the one who, you know. So
Enough with your
Justice,
Powerade.
I know I didn't tell you beforehand that this was a thing, but it's kind of only when Rose on the show.
I'm trying to be healthy, but normally I'd be drinking with you guys.
Oh, all right. Let's see what Ambassador has to say here. Don't kill me, man. Don't kill me. I'm not gonna kill. I want you to tell your friends about me. Who are you? I'm Batman. Great line. Great line.
Have you guys seen the reactions for the Robert Pattinson's new Batman movie?
Yes.
They look amazing.
Yeah,
Did
I'm
you see
looking
this?
forward to that. You're all better nerds than me. I don't know most of what's going on in this live show. You know what?
I appreciate you, Belzora.
Yeah,
All right. So
totally.
if I
As long as
if
you're
I
learning
could,
something.
if I could take a moment to make a very special announcement, I was going to cover
You're
this
pregnant?
Is it a
and
boy?
it's yours, Ro.
I knew
Long
it.
distance.
The
I don't know how
scandal.
that happened.
You are the father.
You all
Belzora,
suck.
that's a Star Wars reference, by the way. You
Yeah.
are the father.
No. Next Thursday night.
I love Maury Povich.
Next Thursday night, Miss Belzora is going to be a guest on the show, and we are
Hell to the
covering.
nah.
Yeah, and we're covering Blood Red Sky.
Very nice.
In other words, vampires on a plane.
Nice.
So should be a lot of fun.
If you guys ever have a Lost Boys show, get me on.
Hey, whenever you want to do Lost Boys, I don't even have to watch it. I've seen it enough.
Justice
Alan.
has to watch it, and then all three of us can get on.
There you
Yeah,
go.
We'll do
Go
that.
ahead, Shanty.
Did you ever watch The Goonies?
Actually, if you remember, I think it was the next day or the following day, I sent something to the group on Twitter saying, "Guess what I'm watching."
You did?
remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Uh-huh.
remember.
Thank you, Josh.
You
for
know how
adding
many
my badge.
notifications I
remember that.
get? No, I get
Yeah,
a lot
but-
of notifications. I'm so
See,
sorry.
Yeah, but I don't care
My
how many
phone dies so
notifications
fast.
you get. I sent it. You responded.
The real question is,
I
what was
I
your
guess.
thought we
opinion
were
on it?
somewhat of a team here, but that's okay. Whatever.
Did you like it?
Yes. Yeah, did you? Can we do a show about it? Your review of The Goonies?
I don't want to.
Ay,
Ah,
jeez.
Ay, caray, que la chinga.
Binga.
Y'all ain't right. None of you. You see what
And we're
Mark
damn
says?
proud of it.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. Wait a minute.
Lies.
Lies.
I
Baby,
like
ain't
your
got
wife,
nobody but
Alan.
you.
I like
You
Mark.
two would get along really,
I
really
can
well.
tell. I know we would. I know we would.
Oh, anyway, I'm so glad Luna Girl's in the room tonight too.
Me too. I
appreciate
love Lunar Girl.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, all right.
What was
we're-
that,
we're-
Ro?
Yeah, that was creepy.
That was kind of weird there.
I need an
All right.
adult.
All right, wait a minute. I'm blocking Rose mic right now. Oh man, that's awesome. So anyway, yeah, actually, I've got both Belzora and Lunar Girl are going to be on the cast next week, and we're going to be covering Blood Red Skies. I've got you blocked on purpose there, Ro. Your mic's on now, Ro.
Sorry.
I muted you there for a
man.
second. Anyway, all right, guys, listen, it's It's we're at an hour and 15. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to add to tonight's conversation so that we don't?
What was?
I love Marvel.
Yeah. What even was tonight's topic?
I don't
We
even
talked a
know.
lot about nerdy Marvel stuff tonight.
Yes.
I'm seeing Shang Chi tomorrow, and I'm really excited.
I think I'm
I'm
going to see
really,
it Saturday.
I'm really jealous. I'm not going to get to see it
IMAX.
till at least Sunday.
Same here.
I wanted to watch it tonight, but I had to be on here with you people.
Ooh.
I was.
It'll be good
wanted-
I know how to
Don't
stop
blame
I
that.
wanted to
blame
look for an
us.
early showing, and the earliest showing near me
Josh.
was at 6 p.m. And I'm
Hey,
like, well, I
watch it
can't do
again.
that.
General Shinobi.
Would I
know
watch
how-
it again?
I know,
Yes.
Yes.
I know how to
Yes.
To cure
Yes,
that.
I will.
problem.
I will watch it a few more times. For sure.
Because you like it, or just because it's part of your job? Or something. I don't know.
It's not really part of my
He's
job.
being
It's a perk of
paid
my
by
job.
each positive
Yeah, I'm
review
not,
he
you
gives.
know, I'm not. It's not going to cost me anything, so but I might as well. But no, I'll probably see it 3 or 4 times. It was good.
Agreeable,
But
Zora.
I definitely
nice.
want to see it at least a couple more times just to kind of analyze some of the details and the Easter eggs and
Very nice.
see what I may have missed. So yeah.
Cool.
Sure. Awesome.
So,
What were you going to say, Alan?
nothing. I said that if you.
Oh, I thought you were going to
if
say something for me.
Yeah, if you were going to have, if you have a problem being on my chat, I could always,
I never have a problem being on your show. I love being on your show.
Thank you.
Never.
I enjoy having.
I was
you
willing
guys,
to make the
all-
sacrifice of watching it tomorrow just to be on here tonight.
Well, see, that tells me how crazy you are because I would have went to see Chang Chi. But
Please. I'm crazy as all get out.
so, wish me luck tomorrow. I have an audition for a band, so I'm going to be doing
Good
that
luck.
tomorrow night.
Congrats.
Break a leg.
Good luck.
So, Ro, I know not to ask General Shinobi because she's going to go, I don't know, whatever Ro says. What do you guys got coming up?
Exactly what she said.
Well,
We're
last night.
recording after this.
Yeah, we're recording with our friends over at Dork Wars, the podcast. We're
I
going to
love
be
that name.
talking about, we usually do these quick cut shows, and it's just 3 topics, and we invite friends over. We talk about these topics, and it's kind of like rapid fire. So we are heading back to our Star Wars roots. We are doing a special Star Wars edition of Quick Cuts right after we hang up with you guys. We're going to start up a stream. It won't be live, but it'll be pre-recorded, and this is for our episode last week. This week, we just released an episode late last night, which is doing gangbusters. We talked
Awesome.
with another one of our Red 5 members, 97 Bravo, who
97.
we did a wonderful discussion about, growing up geek, growing up nerd, and what that term means to us. A lot of us, a lot of young people have trouble, growing up and finding themselves and really kind of struggling with identity. And I think, the word nerd and geek really kind of plays in with that. So if you guys haven't listened to the episode, I invite you guys to, wherever you get your other favorite podcasts, to kind of look us up at the Scarif podcast, wherever you get your episodes, and check out episode number 78, The Evolution of the Nerd. It's a really great, candid discussion about us growing up and what it means to be nerd. And it's just a fantastic discussion with 97 Bravo. Again, part of the Red 5 Network. We love our Red 5 family, which you are a part of, and it's just a wonderful discussion. Yeah.
And I loved the intro, Ro. I didn't know you were doing that kind of an intro.
Appreciate
and
it.
laughed.
Yeah.
It was great.
really, really meant a lot to me.
It was nice.
Yeah,
It really was good.
it's one of those things.
The whole
where,
episode meant a lot to me.
Yeah, I mean, the discussion. I'm after I finished editing, is just, it really just, it spoke to me, and I wanted to put that initial intro in there just to kind of remind people that, hey, it's okay to be passionate about what you're passionate about. Especially for young people that follow the show and follow the podcast, I think it's important to really let people know that it's okay to be you.
And to add to that, I didn't want to get so overly serious when we did that episode. But as someone who's a major, I know, but as someone who is a major, in all seriousness, for someone who is a major mental health advocate and someone who suffers themselves, please, for the love of God, if if you're feeling a certain type of way and you feel like you can't take anymore, there's plenty of hotlines you can call. Please, before you ever decide to do anything drastic or even think about ending your life, there are plenty of places you can call. Please, for the love of God. I can't stand hearing stories about people committing suicide. I've been there. I've been pushed to that point 3 times in my life, so I understand completely. Something I didn't want to mention on the episode, honestly, but it's true. I've been to that point. It sucks. I hate it. I hate anyone who goes through that. Please, I beg of you, go get help. You are worth it. You are worth staying on this planet. Please, for the love of God. It really pains me. So
Absolutely.
I just wanted to get that out there. All right, I'll
Absolutely.
get off my soapbox now.
Now, I guess this is the point where I get to go. Sith, Care Bear, Josh, you get to follow that. What do you got going on lately?
How the hell am I supposed to follow that up?
I'm
There
sorry.
we go.
Oh, yay!
Nice.
Cute.
I like that.
Okay.
I want to put that in my mouth.
That's what she said.
Um,
Damn.
I'm getting ready to mute his mic again.
what do I have going on? I don't know.
Absolutely
I'm on some
nothing.
stuff. I'm on some stuff coming up. Stuff and things.
Stuffing things.
Stuff and things.
That's what she said.
I am actually working on a future project. I'll possibly be doing a review show for Book of Boba Fett. But I
Nice.
don't want to reveal
Nice.
any specific details on that just yet because they haven't been ironed out. So when we get there,
Nice.
we'll cross that road. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm working towards. But
Keep us
otherwise,
updated.
I'm just sitting here
Invading
buying
everyone's
toys
space.
and invading everyone's space. Yeah, that's what I do.
So,
Space invader.
Just so everyone in the chat room knows, and anyone who happens to be watching this on a later date, I've let it be known to my friends who have come on the podcast in the past and who've been in the chat room and so forth, that if you ever see that we're covering something that you want to be involved with, to send me a private DM and we'll talk about it and get you on. And that's exactly why Josh is here tonight. He sent me a message going, "Hey, I'm off tomorrow. Do you want another voice?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
sure."
bullying
no
my way
life.
in. Yeah.
You know,
Hey.
You
I
know?
do things.
But I said
At
you
work.
were. Yes, I said you happened to be off, and so you were able to come in. Happen, and so I was like, yes, absolutely. And so I'm using that as an example to let you know that when I say that to you, I mean it. That if you want to come on and you see something that we're doing, just reach out and let me know. There have been 1 or 2 times in the past that Shanti has said, "Hey, do you mind if I come on? I'm excited about that." And I'm like, absolutely. So that's one of the things we do. So, all right. So Justus, bring us home, buddy. What do you got going on?
So Pod Wars is going to do its normal thing where we talk about the latest Marvel stuff coming out, and then I also give you some latest comic stuff that is releasing that I'm enjoying. But some cool things that are coming up. We are doing an interview with Wes Loker. He's a comic book writer, and then also yes, and then Todd Haberman, who is an understudy of Mike Zimmer or Hans Zimmer. My bad. Hans Zimmer and his composed stuff for like 911, Fast 5, and other things like that. So we're really excited. One of the things that we like to do on the podcast is interview random people who've influenced a lot of geek culture that Gary and I really appreciate. And so we try getting these random interviews online. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, that's something to look forward to.
Awesome.
Cool.
Absolutely awesome. So how long have you been a part of the Red 5 family?
Has it been a year and a half?
Yeah,
can't
you are. Yeah, you've been with us for a long time.
Love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
See, I'm still trying to
Yes.
get. I've only been a little over right at a month, close to that.
Yeah,
so I'm
you're
still
one
trying
of our
to know
newer
who
ones.
everyone is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a newbie. As you can tell, no one likes me. So
Not true.
That's not true.
nobody likes me.
No, you're a
Everybody
gracious
hates me.
host, Alan.
Think I'll eat some worms. Anyway, all right. So does anyone else have anything to say before I put you all in the green room?
You're the best,
Having me
Alan.
on.
We love you.
Yeah, thank you as
Thank you.
always.
You guys are
Always
welcome.
fun.
Yeah,
Always
you're
fun.
a gracious host.
Hit the like, hit the subscribe.
I don't know so much about Roe,
Hashtag
but
we are. Shut up.
All right. I'm going to stick you guys in the room, and then I'm going to talk to the chat room for a second. And so hang around for a minute, okay?
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for joining.
Well, that was our talk on Marvel, and as you can tell, we have a tendency to jump the rail and many times in one episode, but that's okay. We like the fact that we are open enough to just talk about whatever comes to mind. Again, I want to take a minute to thank everyone in the chat room. You guys were great tonight. You really did add to the conversation. You always make it so much fun to come on here and do this. So if anyone has any issues or questions, you can always reach out to me. PressPlayStream.com will get you to my email page. And as I said, next Thursday night, I have a couple of new people coming on, and we're going to be talking about Vampires on a Plane, which is the Netflix movie called Blood Red Skies. Should be a good time. So, as we like to say here, grab a favorite drink, grab your snack. Always take time to press play. Everybody have a great night tonight. Thanks.